All right, so now that we've seen what a normal process looks like for walking through a single approver workflow, let's go ahead and take a look at a more advanced use case here, okay? So like I said, we can use the Kaleo designer to build some of these workflow definitions together. So let's see what options we have in this graphical editor. First off, for our states, we have a number of different properties that we can include for our states, things like actions, notifications, descriptions, name, and type, okay? Here for our default states, we might only need to change the name so that it makes more sense in the graphical editor, but you can add some of these additional properties as well. Now, tasks is where it's really going to be at when you are creating your different workflow definitions. Because these tasks are where someone's going to step into the workflow, what we can do is we can provide those descriptions, we can provide a name, the type just shows us that it's a task, and then we have things like actions, notifications, and assignment. Okay. What we'd be most interested in here is the notifications and the assignments. Like I said, notifications can be sent out to a number of different stakeholders, those who are actually in the process, but also those who are outside of the process who need to know the status of the asset being reviewed or whatever it might be. Okay. And then of course the assignment, that's where we're going to do that fourth key part. We are going to add the task assignee here. It could be, again, the asset creator. It could be a role type, an individual user, or something like a scripted assignment. Now, additionally, the Kaleo designer gives us some advanced options we can work with as well. These include things like forks and joins. Okay, so we can actually do parallel processes where multiple people are reviewing something at once. That's what those forks and joins will be for. We can actually set up conditionals as well based on meeting certain conditions. You can go one way or the other, for example, in a workflow. And you also have what are called task timers. And task timers can be added through the XML. As you can see here, what they do is they allow you to add a duration and they allow an action after the duration. So in this case, we can see there's the delay tag and there is the timer actions tag. The delay tag is 3 days. And the timer action is empty here. What we could do here is we could reassign it to someone, we can send a notification, or we could perform any other action, okay? All right, so let's just summarize this here, and then we're gonna go ahead and dive right in and create a more advanced workflow from scratch using that Kaleo designer together. All right, so we have some advanced tools using that Kaleo designer to create our workflow definitions. We can add things like parallel reviews with forks and joins. We can add conditionals, and we can add things like task timers for more advanced needs as well. Of course, as I mentioned, this is all done through that Kaleo designer, but you also have the ability to select the XML source section in the Kaleo designer to see the XML. That's where we can add some of our task timers, of course. And don't forget those forks, joins, and conditionals as well. Okay, so with all these tools, we can create more advanced workflows. And let's go ahead and take a look at creating a parallel process together.